They had dragged him here hours after the battle ended. Most of the Concord armies believed humanity had abandoned the battlefield, retreating at the worst possible moment. Rumors spread quickly among the alien factions. The humans fled. The humans broke first. The humans were too weak for cosmic war. Elias heard it all as he lay recovering in a medical pod. The healers, a species of floating luminous beings, whispered that maybe the humans simply weren't built for this universe-spanning conflict. Elias waited for the right moment to speak, but not to defend himself, to reveal the truth, because the truth was far bigger than their laughter. The quiet revelation. Archon Saul raised a hand. Human, explain your disgrace. Elias looked up, not at the Archon, not at the mocking crowd, but somewhere deeper, as if seeing something far beyond the hall. I only have one statement, he said quietly. Bring up the battle record. Saul snorted. We have already reviewed the footage. It clearly shows your armor failing. Your squad destroyed. You fleeing. Bring up my suit record. Elias interrupted. The hall fell momentarily silent. Saul frowned. Very well. Display it. A massive hologram ignited above them, showing the battle from Elias's suit feed, raw, unedited. The moment the projection appeared, the hall's laughter stopped like a blade to the throat. Because the footage did not show a human fleeing. It showed something entirely different. It showed Elias charging alone into a collapsing rift where a cosmic beast, an aberrant devourer, tore reality apart. His squad wasn't dead. They had been shielding evacuees as Elias forced the creature back into the rift. The shattered armor? The dents, cracks, and broken plates? They were not signs of cowardice. They were scars earned holding off a creature powerful enough to unmake dimensions. The hall watched as the beast slammed Elias again and again, its claws of iridescent void tearing through his armor. His squad tried to help, but Elias waved them back, ordering retreat so civilians could escape through the wormhole corridor. Over and over, the projection showed him get knocked down but stand again. Knocked aside, but step forward again. Pause it, Elias said. The projection froze on a frame showing him bracing himself between the Devourer and a group of refugees, arms spread wide, armor nearly destroyed. That was the moment my suit cracked, Elias said. Not from impact, but because I overloaded its core to destabilize the rift. The hall murmured, unsure what they were seeing. Resume. The footage showed Elias ripping his own reactor from his chest plate, slamming it into the Devourer's maw. The explosion sealed the collapsing rift and disintegrated the creature, but also sent Elias hurtling across the battlefield. His broken armor wasn't failure. It was the only reason the Concorde still existed. The hologram ended. Silence blanketed the hall. Then, from somewhere in the crowd, a voice croaked. You saved us? The truth beneath the armor. Elias slowly removed what remained of his armor with deliberate movements. The cracked chest plate clattered to the floor. The half-destroyed gauntlet fell away. The mesh undersuit beneath flickered with burns and tears. But what caught everyone's eyes was not the damage. It was the glow. Beneath the armor, Elias's skin pulsed with swirling blue-white light, fractured patterns like cracked starlight across his chest and arms. The audience gasped. Archon Saul stood abruptly. What is that? Elias lifted his hand, and the veins of light shimmered. My armor shattered because it contained the charge I took from the Devourer. It left its energy inside me. Humans can absorb more than you think. The murmurs grew into stunned silence. This is what lay beneath, Elias said, voice strong now. Not weakness. Not cowardice. Something your scans can't classify. He stepped forward, the glow beneath his skin illuminating the floor. You mocked me because you judged the armor, not the human wearing it. Many in the hall bowed their heads, ashamed. But Elias wasn't finished. Middle, the human heart they forgot. He turned toward the Archon. You never asked why my squad fell. Because you assumed failure. Another hologram flickered on automatically, triggered by his suit's memory logs. It showed his squad sacrificing themselves to shield children trapped in the bombardment zone. One by one, they held the line, shouting for Elias to finish the job. They weren't weak. They weren't cowards. They weren't deserters. They were heroes. Elias swallowed hard. The hall felt it. The weight. The loss. The truth. I lost them, he said, because they believed in something bigger. They believed humanity's role wasn't to conquer. It was to protect. The glowing lines across his chest pulsed like a heartbeat. That's why I didn't speak earlier. Because their actions speak louder. Even Saul, arrogant and towering, lowered his gaze, ending the judgment that changed everything. Archon Saul rose slowly, for hands gripping his throne. In all my cycles, he said, I have never witnessed a warrior stand against a devourer alone and survive. The hall remained breathless. You are no coward, Elias Ward. The Concord owes you a debt. Elias shook his head. Honor my squad, not me. Saul nodded. Their names will be etched in the Hall of Eternal Guardians. And you, human, you will be appointed as commander of Rift operations. The hall rose in unified respect, not applause, but the solemn bow used only for legends. Elias stood tall, not because of titles or recognition or praise, but because the truth had finally pierced through the laughter. The glowing energy beneath his skin dimmed gently, settling. The armor on the floor remained shattered, but no one saw it as a symbol of weakness anymore. It was a reminder that humans break, but rise anyway. That armor can crack, yet the spirit beneath can still shine brighter than stars. That sometimes the greatest strength is hidden beneath the most broken exterior. As Elias turned to leave the hall, the entire assembly parted for him in reverent silence. No laughter, no mockery, only awe, because they had seen what lay beneath, and it changed everything.